Hey, here are 5 stupid things I've noticed since last time. Topeka decriminalizes domestic violence. Faced with its worst budget deficit since the Great Depression, the City Council of Topeka, Kansas is doing what it has to avoid bankruptcy. 2 weeks ago, they decided to try and save some money by making it legal to beat your wife. Now, it's not as bad as all that. Spousal abuse, domestic violence is still illegal under Kansas state law. In fact, the main reason why Topeka repealed its statute against domestic violence was because Shawnee County, where Topeka is located, had already announced that it was not going to prosecute domestic violence cases anymore in an attempt to save some money on its budget. But now that Topeka has completely cashed it in, Shawnee County has announced that it will have no choice but to resume prosecuting spousal abuse cases. So, yay! Topeka won! So did the 30 spousal abuse suspects who were cut loose without being charged as a result of this bullshit. You know, I'm just a simple country YouTuber, but it seems to me that when it reaches the point where someone can suggest, hey, I know, let's just let people hit their spouses, and the city and the county start fighting with each other over who gets to do it, it's time to just charge more for on-street parking or something. Lady Gaga. I don't get it. I have nothing against her. In fact, I think it's awesome that she's such an outspoken advocate for the gay community, but the music. I don't get the music. If anyone watching this is a big Lady Gaga fan, maybe please explain to me why the music isn't fucking terrible. Because I don't understand. I want to understand. I really do. But I don't. I don't. Criminalizing homosexuality and premarital sex. Brian Fisher must not have heard about Topeka's budget problems because he wants to make even more work for the cops and the courts by making crimes out of homosexuality and premarital sex. What justification does Fisher, who is a spokesman for the American Family Association, offer for wanting to throw people in jail for touching pee-pees without permission? Well, if you guessed, then you're right. You know, it's a shame that there's nothing in here prohibiting someone from misappropriating the word family to serve as a euphemism for your own hateful, bigoted political agenda. Romney's Mormon problem. I don't think it's stupid that Romney is a Mormon. Well, I do, but it's not on the list because of that. And I don't think it's stupid that the other Republican candidates have a problem with him being a Mormon. Well, yeah, I do. I think that's stupid too, but it's not on the list because of that. It's on the list because the other Republicans are pretending that it's not a problem that Romney is a Mormon when it so obviously is. They're doing that thing that politicians always do when they really, really want to say something, but they know that if they say it, they'll get in a lot of trouble. So they let other people say it, and then they make a point of not disagreeing. Democrats do that all the time too, but Republicans have refined it into an art. Some big-time Rick Perry donor could go on TV and accuse Mitt Romney of being a Jesus-hating Nazi baby fucker. And when asked about it, Perry wouldn't say, no, that's insane, and I didn't tell that asshole to say it, and I don't believe it, and anyone who does believe it is an idiot and should vote for somebody else. No, he'll just flash that George W. Bush smirk of his and say, well, I haven't heard that. Restore America. To when? Last week, Ron Paul released his budget proposal entitled Plan to Restore America. And indeed, it would restore America to factory condition. And I mean that literally, because we would all end up marching through the big black iron gates to work in the factory 18 hours a day. Paul's proposal would eliminate 5 federal government departments, including the departments of Education, Commerce, and Energy. It would also eliminate the TSA, lower the corporate tax rate, repeal healthcare reform, legalize drugs, convert the heathen multitudes to Christianity, and straighten out all the gay people. Okay, I made up those last 3, but they're no more far-fetched than the rest of the proposal, which, like Congressman Paul himself, is nuts and has 0 chance of succeeding. Look, I know that some of you dream of remaking the United States into a libertarian utopia where the banks and the oil companies are no longer hassled by the man, and we're all free to shoot up heroin on the privately owned streets to our endocarditic heart's content, where public transportation is a thing of the past and national parks are no longer a blight on the landscape. But the thing is, most of us don't want that. Most people want the society to continue to move forward, not be wound back to 1790. So all you Palestinians, I'm sorry, but the Ayn Randian utopia that you long for is just going to have to remain a dream. The hardest part is only picking 5. See you next time.